Hi, I'm Tony Farley, Executive Director of Sydney Catholic Schools. Our network has many great teachers. Two of them have recently been recognised at a national level. Helen Elliott from All Hallows Catholic Primary School 5 Dock has been nominated as Primary Principal of the Year in the Australian Education Awards. Brother Nicholas Harsas has been recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours List. He's the Principal at Holy Spirit Catholic Primary School, Carnes Hill. Thanks both for joining us. Let's start with you, Helen. What's it like to be recognised nationally?
It's quite a humbling experience to be acknowledged as Principal or nominated for Principal of the Year. It's a culmination, I suppose, of a lot of hard work and dedication over many years, first as a teacher and now as a Principal. I was nominated by my Assistant Principal in recognition for the work that I have been doing at All Hallows over the last 6 years. And just to be chosen out of thousands and thousands of people who may have applied for the Principal of the Year, and then now to be on as a finalist is a really humbling experience.
What was the reaction to your nomination from your colleagues and also with your family?
The colleagues were absolutely so supportive and absolutely thrilled for me, and well deserved is probably the catchphrase they used. My family also recognised and just congratulated me wholeheartedly, because they have seen the many hours of work that goes into being a teacher and being a principal in the education setting.
Brother Nicholas, the Queen's Birthday Honours List, that's national. You got national media with this. What was it like to be recognised?
Well, it came as a big shock to me, Tony, when I got the letter from the Governor-General's Department just a few days before to say that it would be announced in the Queen's Birthdays Honours List. It came as a big shock, a big surprise, but it was also a humbling experience.
You've worked with many people and you've taught many students over a long period of time. What was the reaction from them?
Great excitement. I don't have my own personal Facebook account, but I did hear the news almost went viral with ex-students and former colleagues and present families in the school community.
With success, and let's face it, this is about your success individually, but also your success as a leader and working with other people. What do you think the secret to success is?
I have given this a bit of time and thought since knowing that I'd be receiving the award, Tony. And for me, it's about building that relational trust with the people in the school community that I work with. I put a lot of time and energy into building relationships with staff, with students, with their parents, and also having high expectations. I have high expectations for myself, but also for the staff, the students, the parents, and I think when people are very clear about the expectations that they're working within the parameters of those expectations, great things happen.
Helen, what do you think the secret to success is?
I would have to agree with Brother Nicholas. All those things he said are very, very important. A cohesive community that is based around the same values, and in our case, Catholic values, very important. You know that you're successful in a school when the children are engaged in their learning and they're happy and they know that they are safe. Success for me has also been the growth of teachers to take on other leadership roles. So I'm fairly well known for growing leaders in the system, and that's very important to me, because unless you have the best teacher in front of the children, then their learning is not as good as it could be. And that's really critical to me and a sign of success. And other things will come out of that in terms of measuring and gauging success.
Helen, what's your advice to a young teacher starting out?
Teaching is quite a complex and overwhelming job. It really is. And I think the recent events of COVID have shown that to many parents as well. For a beginning teacher, and my daughter herself is currently on prac at the end of her teaching career, and she's asked me for advice, and my advice has been to break it down into steps and chunks, because unless you take day by day, class by class, week by week, it can be quite overwhelming. And I think that's very important advice for a beginning teacher, to also reach out and ask for help where you need it. And that's hard, to ask for help where some people might see that as an indication of failing, but it's really important to seek that help from those around you who can support you.
It's good advice for life generally, isn't it? Brother Nicholas, what advice would you give to a young teacher starting out?
Well, to the young teachers that I have on staff currently, Tony, and to anyone else, I would always say, love the job. Like, it is a very satisfying and rewarding career. Get to know your students personally as individuals, as learners, but also as children who are on a journey of faith. Because as teachers in Catholic education, we have a very privileged position in that we're teaching them, sure, academics and all those other domains, but we also have the education in faith. And it's often through the teacher, and often through a young teacher too, because children seem to be able to relate to the young teachers so well. They can see the person and the face of Jesus.
Helen, do you have a highlight or some highlights that you'd like to share with us?
Seeing the joy in children's faces when they achieve something, that is the greatest satisfaction for teachers and principals, when they're able to learn and show and demonstrate what they have achieved. I've alluded to the fact before that I also take great joy and pride and success in the development of teachers and staff. But I think community is the essence and where you gain your greatest energy and strength and joy from. And by community, that's a combination of the students, the staff and the parents together that make a school.
There's an enormous amount of joy to be experienced in education. What's been the most joyous part of your time as a teacher and a leader of a Catholic school?
I think the most joyous part is getting out of bed and going to work every day, because for me and many of my colleagues, if not all of my colleagues, every day is different. No day is the same. Children are so resilient, and they come back to school each day with new ideas, new thoughts. They challenge us in the classroom, and they bring that energy that keeps us going, even times when we're really overwhelmed sometimes with work, but it's that joy in the classroom every day, getting in there and speaking with the children.
Brother Nicholas, in your 34 years, there's been a lot of joy and satisfaction. What have been the most joyous moments for you?
There've been so many, Tony, you're right, and I agree with everything that Helen said too. But for me, I guess it's being able to build that Catholic community, helping children and their parents and staff to get to know the person and the love of Jesus, and making that not something that they learn about, but something that they live and practice.
Helen and Brother Nicholas, congratulations on your nomination and your award. And on behalf of all of the students that you have taught over the years, all of the colleagues that you've worked with, and all of us at Sydney Catholic Schools, we just want to say thank you and congratulations. We love what you've been doing, and we love that you're going to continue to work with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you,
See you
Tony.
soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.